right, let's see. What is in door 18? Where's 18? Is it over here? All right, you ready to open it? All right, let's open this.
What is in there?
What do you think's in here?
Chicken.
A chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. There's some squiggle lines. There's some dies in here. Oh, it looks like a party set. Are there balloons? So what do we have? Balloons, a bow. Oh, it's for parties. What do you think? Can we make something with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so here's all of our pieces. We have a big balloon, a small balloon, a banner, and a bow. So I have cut out a bunch of pieces over here. I also have a Z-fold card, and I've cut out 2 1-inch strips that I'm going to put on the top and the bottom. Now normally when we would make one, we would attach this to the bottom. This would go to the back, and then we would end up with the long piece here in the front. But I want the long piece in the back, so I am going to do this upside down, which will give you a card that looks like this. Well, they're still going to be on the bottom. So this will be attached here, and I'm going to do it this way. So when it opens, it will open like this. And the reason why I want to do that is I'm going to make this a birthday card because it's banners and balloons and bows. And so I have this happy birthday letters. Now this is something that I cut on my Cameo, and I don't buy a lot of letters and numbers and things like that. I have some, but because I have my Cameo, I can make my letters and numbers whatever size I need. So I tend to not buy letters and numbers and just cut them out on my machine. But you can use any letters you have. These here on the bottom are 1 inch tall, and the ones here on the top I made a little smaller. They're about 3/4. So the happy is 3/4 of an inch tall, and the birthday is 1 inch tall. So because I want to put the birthday across the bottom here, I needed this spot to be longer and to show when the card was closed. And the happy is going to go down here. The rest of it I'm not too sure about. I do have 4 panels that I cut that are 2 1/4 by 6 3/4, because that will fit this. Because when you make a Z-fold card, you start off with a 10 by 7 to make a 5 by 7, and you score at 2 1/2 and at 5, and then this will fold over. So since this is 2 1/2, I have 2 1/4. This is 2 1/2 also, so I need a 2 1/4 here. And then just to make it look the same all the way across, I have 4. So that's my thought so far. So I'm going to start off with putting these on first, because I want the panel to sit on top, and that will make sense in a moment. So let me grab my glue. Let's see, make sure we're gluing this on properly. Okay, so this is going to go here. And like I said, these strips are 1 inch wide. Push this up a little bit. And they're scored just like the card base at 2 1/2 and at 5. And they're the same length as the card base. So I'm going to put glue on this side over here. It's going to flatten this. All right, so we have my bottom piece here. Turn it around, put the top on it. Make sure that stays flush. All right, so we'll put glue here. Wipe off this excess here. Go. So one thing about Kahlil glue is, yes, it gives you the moment. Yes, it dries really hard and gives your project structure, but it does take it a moment to grab hold. So sometimes it's a little slippery at first. It's the only downside to it. Some people don't like the smell of it either, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me. But it does have an odor. All right. Now we have our card all set. All right, so now you can see putting these panels on first, I mean the little strips across the top and the bottom. Now when I put this on here, I can cover that seam, which is what I wanted to do. Now, this needs a little more glue here on the edge. It's always the trick, isn't it? How much glue to put on the edge. You want your edges glued down, but you don't want it oozing out. All right, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to put my panels on. This paper doesn't have any directional pattern to it, so I can just put them on. You would think I would have learned from the other day not to hold the glue over my project. Yeah, anybody who has not watched the Pink and Maine videos for their advent calendar, I dropped a piece of a topper that had foam already on it with the backing tape removed right onto my project. Yeah. But we salvaged it. I got most of it off and was able to move the front part a little bit and salvage the project. But yeah. Almost had a heart attack. But it's in the video, so yeah. So now these two, I want to sit inside like this. And they're easy enough to slide in. So I will slide this in. Line that up. I mean, you're not going to see the bottom of this one, but I just want it centered. That looks good. There. And one more panel. All right, so that one's now on. Now we have all of our panels, back panels. So now I need to cover these 4 here. Where's my other 2? All right, so here's my 4 pieces. Now these need to be 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4 to have the same border around. So we have 4 of those. This will go in here. This one will go over here. And that's way too much glue. Let me wipe that off. All right, glue, you are not setting up this morning. Let me turn this around. Not get so crazy with the glue. So I sometimes, even with a bigger piece, it's better to use the fine tip bottle. You can't put too much glue on it then. But I'm trying to do this quickly. All right, so there's our base all done. All right. Now we're going to do it this way because I want to put the birthday on the front here. So let me get my letters all situated. I think we're all done with the dies. So let's see. So this is going to be happy. Now when you use a electric machine, like a Cameo or a Cricut, or I'm not sure what the Scan and Cut does. I've never used one of those. It doesn't give you the beveled edge that a die does, so it does cut differently. It's more like if you cut it with a pair of scissors. So it does give you a different edge. Because when you cut things with a die, it's actually pressing the paper. So, you know, this cuts with a blade, so it does give you a different look. But I do like it for letters and things like that. And actually, I've started drawing a lot on it and making my own digital stamps and things. So stand by for some of those videos. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to distribute the stamps yet. There we go. There is birthday. And this will be down here. So I know this is going to be here. I know that's going to be here. So when this folds, the birthday needs to be contained within the card. So let me glue this on here because this has to go there. Yeah, so if anybody's interested, let me know in the comments. And if I have an interest for it, I can post the SVG for this lettering that I used, and then you can use it. I'll just put it as a free download. All right, so I want the happy to be here, for when the card's closed, I can see it. So I don't know, so anybody out there that has something other than a Cricut or a Cameo, you know, what are those machines capable of? You know, I've never used a Scan and Cut before. And I know Sisters just came out with a machine too, which I don't know much about yet. But there we are. All right, so we have our happy birthday. So now we have to figure out where the rest of it's going to go, because the rest of it can kind of go wherever. Close that while we decide. So I have some big balloons. I have some little balloons. And the bows are going to go on the bunting on either side, like this. So I cut out a bunch of those because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. So first, maybe I should place the bunting first. So let me color the bunting. All right, so I picked out BG13, R05, and B24 because they were the closest to the three colors that I have in here. So I'm going to take the bunting, bring in some paper. Let me move this out of the way for a moment. All right. So let me decide how many pieces of bunting I'm going to need. I think one here. So if I have balloons hanging here in the middle. We'll have some bunting here. So maybe I want to do 4 buntings across the top. I think that's what I'll do. And then I'll put the balloons. Let's see, if I have 4 buntings across the top, then I will need 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bows. And I can alternate colors. Then I can put balloons on the top here, over here, because this is going to need something over here. And yeah, that will work. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. So I'll need 4. One, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to color these. Alright, let me grab the black. I'm just going to use the broad tip for this because I'm just going to go along the edge here. So those are done. Alright, let's put this card together. It's our little fiddly. They want to all stick together. All right, so let's see, what do we have here? So that one goes first, and then we need this one. Then if we go to blue, then we need orange. Oh, I put them in the wrong order. Let's see here. There we go. That order. All right, so let me glue these on. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on each one here. So now we have our bows, which are going to have to get folded to go in the crease here. We'll have that one. This one. And then we'll go blue again. You know what? I don't think I like them on there. Don't think I do. All right. I think this needs to come down some. We will put the balloons on top. Let's see. Do we need a third color balloon? I think we need a third color balloon. Let me go grab more of this color. All right, so here's that color. Yeah, let me make some more balloons. All right, so I cut out 6 of the balloons. So now I have 3 small, 3 big. I have, move this over, 3 big, 2 and 2. All right, everything's centered now. So let's see. So maybe we just want the big balloons. Let's see, when we close the card, that's pretty good at filling that space. Maybe I can just trim those ends. Maybe that will do it. I'm going to trim these little ends off so they're not sticking up so high. There. I think that will make a difference. So now when I put these up here, yeah, that was it. Okay. Bows are back in. Orange bow will go here. A blue bow will go here. That means orange will go here. Blue one over here. And that one over there. And the 3 big balloons will come down the side. Then I can use the little ones. Let's see. Maybe over here someplace. All right, so let's start gluing some of these things down and making a decision. All right, now the 2 ends. I don't think I can put the bows on here because they would have to be down here. And that looks a little weird. All right, so maybe a balloon might be better over there. Yep, we'll see. May just leave that plain. All right, so I have the 3 big balloons over here. So I'll put the teal in the middle. So that's the background color. And there's so much orange here. So it'll be like that. And I think I'm going to put at least one of these on foam. All right, so the orange one will definitely be flat. I think the other 2 will be on foam. this one will be on top like this. Yeah, that's good. All right, so you are going to be about here. That will put you down here. Now I want to cover this since I'm not going to be using the, excuse me, the stamps that came with it. So I'm going to hide that. Probably won't use that one either. So I think I want the blue one taller than the teal one. So I'm going to put another piece of foam on here to make it double. And this one will slide in here. Yep, that's better. Maybe the other big balloons. Let's see here. If I glue them together like this, I will let them dry, and they will stand up. Thinking once this dries, I can stand this up here. I want to bunch them up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to attach that with foam. I think that's fun. All right. Because when it stands up like this, I'll say now that I look at it this way, definitely needs something in those two panels. So let's construct. All right, so we have now actually, if I'm not going to use the stamp that this came with, I can put the bows down here on the bottom. Yep, I can. All right, so let's make two things here. So I'll put foam in between. It doesn't look much like a bunch. Let's move that over that way. Move that over that way. And we'll put that over here. It still looks a little funny. That's better. All right, so I want to make this one a mirror image to that one, kind of, sort of. So I need a little bit more foam. top here. They're about the same size. We'll glue a bow to the bottom. All right, let me give that a moment to grab while I decide. I still have a couple of bows left. So I want to put an orange one here. I think that's too close to the orange down there, so I think I'm going to skip that. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Let me hold it upright so I can see it. Maybe 2 is too many. I think, you know what? Let's see. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but I need to look at it straight on. One here and one here. Yeah, it needs one on each side. Okay. Move all my little papers out of the way here. Now I need to stick. Let's see. This is raised up, so we're going to need some foam on the back of here to make it flat. All right, now this piece here and this piece here are now at the same height. So now that will sit in there flat. And we'll do the same with the other. 2 pieces of foam on the bottom here. And this is the 1/16 foam. I don't think I said that before. That's why I like this thin foam. Gives you a little bit more leeway with thicknesses and things. All right, so let's glue this on and finish this up. This will be glued flat. This will be here. And we'll glue this. See? That's what I did the other day with the foam. And this will be here. All right, let me see what this looks like now. All right, now that looks finished. And when it's closed, you see the backs of the balloons, so that looks good. And your person can sign over here. There's white here, so you can sign over here. All right, there it is. Well, I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see the other ones, subscribe as we get ever closer to Christmas. There's a few left. And until tomorrow, stay crafty.